Are you on the grind for an Outland weapon? Well, why not try double dipping a bit? There are a lot of golem kill tasks that reward you with decent XP and titles, but we're going to focus on one in particular. Can you guess where it is? That's right, it's Sanamar. Welcome to the Abyss, folks. My name is Void Money, and today we're going to cull the reefs of some coral golems. See what I did there? Yeah, you can cringe later. This is gonna be another quick one. Today, friends, we're going to be visiting an NPC chilling at the bar in Sanamar. The dude we'll be talking to is standing idly at the top of the steps of the balcony. You know, like people in this game tend to do. He goes by the name of Malrin. Speak to Malrin, and he will have a briny proposition for you.
Those detestable coral golems. Every time I even go near the water, I seem to step on one. Do you know what kind of damage coral does to armor? Those scratches are hard to buff out of your solarettes. It won't make them go away, but I'll reward you for every 50 coral golems that you kill.
As per usual, we must do our research on the monsters we're going to cull before committing to our deeds of condemnation. Check out the town network painting of golems. Golems are said to be remnants of Empyrean magic, left behind as guardians for their strongholds, both above and below the ground. Once the Empyrean vanished, however, they became mindless automatons, attacking anything that comes near. They stand 7 to 8 feet tall and are made of many materials, including earth, wood, water, ice, stone, and metal. They bash with their club-like limbs and also attack with magic. So, mirroring the lore of Dungeons & Dragons, we learn that golems are constructs made by powerful magicians, in this case, the Empyreans. Now that we know our quarry is a soulless machina, we can go on our journey. Not that souls saved the penguins in our earlier exploits. Anyway, you can find coral golems all over Trader's Isle or Vanguard Isle among the Halatian Isles. If you don't want to go wandering around for mobs though, there's one dungeon on Airlinth that's stacked with them. Now, if you're a noob like me, the Airlinth Island idea might not be the best unless you have someone to walk you to the dungeon. First of all, you'll need a D node, so don't leave without that. Depending on what server you play on, you can use a portal bot to get to Candith Keep for starters. If you're on a server that doesn't allow bots, or you just want to get there without bots, you'll have to do a bit of running. Head to Al Jalima via the town portal network. From there, go to the Unified Heart Villas at 5.7N 4.3E. You'll arrive at the villas, where you'll have to run a couple more clicks to the dungeon at 11N 14.7E. The dungeon is called Silsphere Dungeon. I'll leave a link to the map below, which you'll want to follow to the Direlands Midland portal. There aren't many monsters on the way, so it shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Once you arrive at Candith Keep, if you want to return there, make sure to use the Lifestone or Lifestone tie with item enchantment. Just northwest of the Lifestone, you'll be able to make out a series of crypts. Run over there and try to avoid the Mumia who make it home. There will be one NPC Mumia named Garena the Emissary. She's surrounded by a few nomad Mumia, which you'll have to dispatch. Speak to her, and you'll get a neato description of how the undead Dericostians communicate. Oh yeah, Mumia are Dericostians. Consider that a topic for another video. In any case, the description reads, "The rotting woman inclines her head stiffly, and a disembodied voice seeps across your mind like oil. At which point, she speaks to you telepathically.
Child, you walk among the tombs of the Sand Kings. Long ago, they were mighty captains in service of the powers behind the Ice Throne. Now they rest and dream of new plots. Yet still they hold themselves great power and are ageless and fey. My mistress sent me hither to solicit their aid in a great cause. Perhaps you could serve, for I shall call the enemy of mine enemy friend. Those in shadow, thralls of the one called Slayer of Hope, beset our isle. If you gave me a note worth 50,000 of the Yelani Pyreal to fund my mission to bribe the Sand Kings, I shall open the gate for you. Be warned, only the mightiest may pass through this gate, and I will not allow you to tie to it."
If you hand her some D, or the D note mentioned earlier, a voice in your mind will purr. No, I'm not making this up, that's actually the description.
Aye, this will serve. Seek the dark ones and destroy them. Yet meddle not with the devices you may find on our island of Aleph. Perilous they are to those who do not understand their art.
Now a portal will open up to Airlith. That was kind of roundabout, but I swear it's faster than just happening upon coral golems in the wild. Once you go through, just go to the west of the drop, and there's another portal to the coral tunnels. At the drop, you'll have to find the switch to open the door to go deeper into the tunnels. It's just upstairs, so it's not too complicated. However, once you're through, you'll be able to cross the caverns, which are mostly full of coral golems. There are also nebulous, mist, and magma golems throughout the caves. Overall, this dungeon is a great source of pyreal motes as well. With some backup, it shouldn't take you too long to kill 50 of the coral golems, and maybe get a few motes in the process. In any case, once you're done, you can go back to Sanamar as you see fit, and speak to Malrin once more.
Those coral golems won't be scratching my armor again.
You'll then be rewarded with 2 million XP, the Reef Builder title, and a pretty cool looking coral shield, which comes in either blue or red. Malrin will then continue.
You can continue to kill coral golems, and if you kill another 50, I'll reward you again. Maybe if you kill enough, I'll be able to scrounge up a special reward for you.
Malrin is alluding to that if you're really lucky, you'll also get a rare title called Reef Breaker.
Mind if I ask you what you did with all that coral? You must have built a reef out of their remnants.
Wait, I thought the shield was made out of coral. Well, if that's not the case, I just left their bodies on the ground to despawn. Duh! But with that, my friends, the Coral Golem Kill Task is complete, and we have one more of these Sanamar quests ticked off from our bucket list. If you made it this far and are new to this channel, please consider subscribing. I make lots of Asheron's Call content, some of which will be popping up on screen right now. But until next time, folks, have fun and stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!